You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu. Polo and Tell, is that you?
Mic check. Mic check, waifu. Mon, Tell. DW, is that you?
That antagonist space too, bro.
It was live. It was a good time.
It was hype.
I had a good time. Thank y'all so much for showing out to that. We love y'all. I'm gonna try to get these edited, but they are chaotic, but a lot of fucking fun. Thank y'all so much for joining us on Mic Check Waifu Antagonist number 2. We'll let y'all know when we announce the next antagonist. I think I need to be more prepared. This time I didn't really feel that antagonistic minus that giant jar of mayo, but we ain't gonna discuss that on the podcast. We're gonna say that for another time later. But this is episode 121, a palindrome of Mic Check Waifu. As always, it's brought to you by Lulu Complex. Lulu Complex just dropped a collab merch. Check it out on lulucomplex.com. It looks real good. Check it out there. It's also brought to you by Patreon producers that I am ever so ready to talk about because I am so prepared and I'm a professional podcaster. Because shout out to Polo for just always having the Patreon list pulled up on time so you can recognize our Patreon producers. You know how I do. I'm always prepared. See, I just put up the list just now. Shout out to the Patreon producers, our number one and only Fairy Tale fan friend, ABM Brown, Dre the GOAT G, Ked the Pro, explicitly Monique Williams, Nachi. Thank y'all so much for producing this and many other episodes of the podcast. We love y'all. Oh, and also I'm gonna just give a shout out to Black. He also is our other Fairy Tale fan friend.
Sure.
I love that dude. You gotta listen to the antagonist spaces to understand where we're coming from with that inside joke. But yeah, welcome to 121 of Mic Check Waifu. Listen, fall is here. It is officially here. Everything that we were waiting for is out. I want to start off by saying, Tell, you have to talk to me, brother. Okay, let me kick my feet up because it's about to be another one of those episodes. You have to tell me about your sleeper, bro. Talk to me. What you feeling about build?
I gotta tell you about that.
Build divide.
Look, hear me out.
No, wait, hear me out first. Okay. Oh, okay. I set that up just to interrupt you, just to say, okay.
Just do that shit.
Polo's bringing that.
About to say it was good.
Polo's bringing that energy today. Build divide was good, man. What the fuck? I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Look, so I tweeted that in 2 minutes in.
Only 2 minutes in? Oh, you ain't even give it a real chance.
Bro, as soon as I saw it was a video, like a card game with 41 cards in the deck and a territory card, I'm just like, oh, God, here we go.
Oh, you instantly just took it out.
Instantly, I was like, nope, get this shit out of here, bro. But it wasn't actually as bad as I was expecting.
Okay, so I wasn't losing my mind then, because you even when you responded to my tweet about me completing it on my AniList, follow me on AniList at anilist.co/polobornfly. You said you rolled your eyes, so I'm like, wait, he really don't like it?
Cause no, look, I'm petty.
Okay.
So I like to keep the image going for as long as possible. I had to commit to the bullshit I said at first.
Yeah, I love it.
I said I legitimately in the first minute and a half when it said. Build Divide is a game that you play with the king or try and beat the king. You gotta have 40 cards in one territory card. Like, oh my God. I was instant. Like you could not. I should have had my camera recording me. I was literally like this, like, bro. I was quiet. I was stumped. I was shook. I was like, I'm tired of fucking. And I paused it right there. I paused it. I had been waiting all day because Crunchyroll didn't have it immediately. Funimation didn't have it. Verve didn't have it immediately. I had to wait because it aired at 10:30. Awkward time.
Right. That's weird. That's weird as fuck, actually.
I was already irritated. I was like, okay, it's supposed to air at 10:30. It didn't come out at 10:30, so I had to wait till 1 o'clock to watch it.
Oh my gosh.
I started watching it, and I'm like, okay. Minute and a half. I'm like, oh, pause this shit. Let's go to Twitter.
Make sure you follow us on Twitter at
picking sleepers.
Make sure y'all follow us on Twitter at King Teliano and at Mic Check Waifu because that shit was fucking funny. If you follow us on Twitter, you can see these interactions that we be having. Because when he tweeted, as soon as you tweeted me that, bro, I'm like, oh shit, no, Till, did you just pull a Tesla note? Because Tesla Note is another show that I talked about last week that's absolute garbaggio. But I then turned it on. I'm like, oh shit. I wasn't expecting shit at all. I'm like, oh, here we go. Turned it on. As soon as I turned it on and it started telling the story, I'm like, oh, this is why he didn't like it. Oh, I get it. Wait. Whoa, what's going? Whoa, this shit got a dope, man. Hold on, wait a minute.
Look, for real though, because it caught me off guard. Because I was literally that minute and a half in, I wrote it off completely. Instantly. I was ready to not pay attention. I was ready to hit the 1.5, 2 times speed. So I sat there and I watched it, and I was like, you know what? Like, it ain't that bad. The character design is kind of decent. And I kind of was like, if this goes good, I don't think it's a bad card game. It's just probably not going to take off because you got too many. The market is saturated with card games right now. So that's not going to take off. I
was legit watching it like, yo, I would legit play this shit. But the rules were thrown at us so fucking fast that I'm so confused on how to play it, bro.
It's Magic the Gathering. And I don't know if you ever played Magic the Gathering, but that's basically what it is.
Definitely is not Magic the Gathering, because why the fuck, like, these are monster that they taking the souls from and then using them as basically land cards. Like, it was weird as fuck.
Yeah, they was using monsters as tapped energy. So I guess.
That's why I was like so confused. I'm like, it's kind of like Magic, but then they talked about the what was it, the burst card that you lose 2 life points at one. Yeah, what the fuck? I was so confused because she was going so fast trying to quote unquote teach him how to play a game because of amnesia, I guess. I don't know. They didn't explain it. The story is trash. The story is absolute trash so far. But the card game, the animation and the fighting of like them doing the card game shit.
That shit seemed interesting.
Legitimately interesting. Like, I was into it. I was definitely into it. I'm like, yo, this shit, I don't know what to talk about. I kind of like this shit, especially when you pulled out the Reaper.
They're doing that to kind of ease us into like the actual story when they can do that, tomorrow.
Right. It seemed like it's going to be a quote unquote monster of the week, or in this case, card fight of the week. Which I think I'll be okay with because it's only 12 episodes. So if you go through 12 people or 11 people to get to the king again, that'd be dope. It was some turn off my brain. But I feel like I gotta pay attention, because if I don't pay attention, I'm gonna miss some shit. Straight up.
It's one of those things.
Yeah, I was mad confused when they was talking about it. I had to rewind a little bit. I'm like, wait, what the fuck is the rule again? And then they clarified it. I'm like, okay, it's not that bad. But I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it.
It was, man, look, I do still kind of wish that I chose a different sleeper.
Interesting.
Because there's an anime, my anime episode of the week was not that.
Go ahead, Montel Way. What a segue, bro.
What was your anime episode of the week?
I mean, it's Platinum, man.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
Yeah.
My anime episode of the week was Sakugan.
Talk to me.
Hear me out.
Oh God, what is Sakugan, bro?
It's a mech anime.
I hate him. Somebody kill him. I need a new co-host. I'm hiring.
But there was so little mech in this anime to begin with, and it had just an off the wall story.
Talk to me.
It was really the daughter father engagements in this episode, right? Like, I'm gonna try not to spoil it too much, but basically they live under, like, inside the earth. Kind of think of like Made in Abyss, but they're actually already in the abyss.
Oh shit!
And they're tunneling through like the labyrinth of the earth to kind of figure out what's in the rest of the world. And the people who travel through the earth are called markers. Now, basically what's happening is like our main character and his daughter are arguing because she's like a super genius. She's 9 years old, but she's super smart. And she kind of wants to follow her mom's lead and say, like, I want to go travel into the earth and see what's going on in the world. I want to be a marker. And he's like, nah, we're not doing that. Absolutely the fuck not. And the way the story kind of progresses all the way to that final moment in the anime of this first episode, that final moment was very impactful through the entirety of what you digested through the beginning of the episode. So it's just like it had a very good like family bond, father-daughter moment in that first episode. What happens after this, I hope, is very good. But Sakugan, I think the first episode was impactful, and it kind of dragged me in. So I was like, I'm surprised because I knew this was a mech anime going off, but I figured I'm gonna just watch as much as I can from this season just to kind of see what might interest me in the beginning. Right. So this is one of those episodes that really had me.
So it had you.
Platinum End.
You remember what we talked about last week when we talked about that? Oh shit! It hit you with one of those moments.
For sure.
Oh, that's live.
Like twice or three times.
That's live. I like to hear that. I might pick it up then, just because I trust that moment. That moment is a moment you can trust, and I'm a little bit more open to mecha anime after picking up 86. I'm a forever give credit to Saphir for that, because like he literally like, hey yo, seen you 86 in our Gilded, and we were both like, nah, all right, let's try it. Watched it, fell in love ever since.
Easy.
Fell in love. So shout out to Saphir for bringing that to our attention, and then now we've been trying to bring it to the attention of everybody else, like the rest of the world. So shout out to him. He will forever get credit for that. But like Tell said in another Montel way, fucking Platinum End, bro. I already knew. We talked about it in the review episode, or not preview episode. I'm sorry, the fall preview. We already knew it was gonna hit because it was from the creators of Death Note. We're obvious. Well, yeah, we're both fans of Death Note, right?
For sure.
I don't know why I never asked you that, but yeah, I'm a doofus.
We're just not putting it in our top 10, but we like it.
Yeah, 100%. This Platinum End first episode was fucking incredible. Something about the main character's voice acting is phenomenal, but something about what is it? It's the depiction of the depression, bro. The depiction of his depression was so good, because even though they didn't give a full explanation until a little bit later into the episode of why he's like this, I still believed him. I still believed that he was fucking done with the world. And for you to relay that, and for you to relay that emotion to me before you even give me the backstory of him and his family, I'm like, yo, this fucking shit feels incredible. I was already attached. I'm like, yeah, I like this shit. Now, after watching the ending of this show, though, looking like some weird Power Ranger shit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna go into details about what this show is. I don't think we should. But watch Platinum End. It's looking good so far. But did you get that same sense?
I know. I think that's only that one character, bro. I think it's only
No. Look again.
You talking about the ending, the outro?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So watch that fucking outro again, bro, and you'll see what the fuck I'm talking about. I was blown away, and that reminds me of a story. All right, let me tell you a story.
Here we go. Polo story. I'm putting that in the notes for
let me see. Where
recap.
I done forgot what I was going. Damn it! I done forgot my story.
Let's go.
Fuck. Sorry, y'all.
What was it about?
I have no memory anymore of it.
So we was just talking about what was the recap of that story? We was just talking about the Power Rangers in Platinum End, and it brought nope.
It's gone. Happening. It's gone, bro. Fuck. All right.
Yeah.
I truly hate myself because I completely drew a blank. It's gone. Like it's 100% gone. That's fucking crazy. I think I had a stroke.
Polo story that never happened.
Polo story that never happened. Oh, hey, this is a weird ass side note. So let me know if y'all noticed. Tweet at me at Polo Born Flower at My Check Waifu. But right now, I got it in contacts. Okay, I got it in these trial contacts. Have y'all ever had an issue when y'all wearing contacts where y'all see a rainbow ring around light?
Cause I had that issue before.
You ain't never wear no motherfucking contacts in your 2020 vision life, bro. What you talking about?
Don't expose me like that, bro. We not doing that.
You gonna say I had that before? Tell ain't never wore glasses in his life.
I wear sunglasses.
True. But no, like for real, like looking in my contacts right now, there's like this rainbow ring around my ring light. It's weird.
That don't sound safe. It sounds like you shouldn't be looking into the ring light.
Oh, true. Anyway, watch Platinum End. Platinum End is important. I think it's gonna be really, really good. I think it's gonna give us like kind of a Death Note-esque story though, which I'm afraid of.
It started off very similar, like,
Yeah.
but it's the reverse almost, right? Like Death Note, you had the Shinigami, but this time you got an angel.
Yep.
And you know, kind of like a similar situation, but not quite so similar, you know?
Exactly. So I got a feeling it's just gonna be a death game, which I'm cool with. I like death game. Darwin's Game is my shit. You know.
Yeah. With the higher budget.
Oh, true. Because it's fucking
because of who made it.
Oh my god, that animation is crazy, bro. It's so
For
great.
sure.
It looks so good.
It was a little bit more without spoilers, gorier than I expected that to be.
Yeah, true. Dog.
Like,
oh my! When he did
squelch,
yeah, and when he did what he did, that sound, bro, I was like, no. Oh god, it's fantastic. All right. Anyway, what else did we watch that was new from the fall season?
Well, did you watch The World's Finest Assassin?
Yeah, bro. Let's talk to him, man. I like the shit.
It's real good, bro. I was like, yo, I like how he thinks.
Yes.
I was like,
bro,
this guy
straight up remind me of Burn Notice. Have you ever seen Burn Notice?
No.
Oh, I hate you so much.
You can hate me, but you gotta love me.
You supposed to be my brother. Okay, listen.
I don't watch regular TV.
I know. Me either. But hear me out, dude. Burn Notice is one of the best like TV shows ever created. It's about this is completely off subject again, and I'm so sorry.
This is an anime podcast.
I know, but I'm gonna talk about Burn Notice real quick. So Burn Notice is about a spy who receives something called a burn notice. He's in the middle of a mission and he gets a phone call from the CIA saying, "Hey, you've been served a burn notice. You've been blacklisted." Now, what that means is all of his spy credentials, his identity, his money, everything that he got from being a spy, gone in the middle of a mission. So he has to like escape from not having any money, not having any cell phone service, nothing. But the overarching show, like the story, it's on Netflix, by the way. The overarching story is him trying to figure out who burned him, like who got him that burn notice, because it was just a random burn notice, because he was like one of the greatest spies that CIA ever had. But the way he does it is that he does it by using his, like, again, he doesn't have a history anymore. He doesn't have a life anymore. Completely erased when you become a fired spy, basically. So he used his like spy abilities to basically do side jobs to get money to then figure out who burned him by using his spy
black market.
Yes, by using his spy skills. So what he does is like whenever he does something like super spy like, it does like this freeze frame and he explains what he's doing and why he's doing it as a spy. So he's like, so if you're being followed, and he starts explaining why he's doing it and shit, it's so fucking good. And the overarching story is phenomenal. Like so good. Burn Notice is one of the best shows on TV. But besides the point, this actor, the main character in this show, The World's Finest Assassin, is just like that. And I'm like, yo, this shit is about to be.
It seems like it's gonna be real good.
Yeah, man. If it has anywhere close to Burn Notice like capability, it's gonna be phenomenal because it does the inner monologue thing and everything. I love it.
You think they're gonna put him? Well, wait. So they're gonna put him in a whole new world though.
Oh yeah,
which is kind of because I was like, yo, it'd be cool if they brought him back into his regular world he came from and have him like go against the people who got him blacklisted. But to go into a whole new world and fight some demon lord we don't even know,
right? He got isekai. Man got isekai into this world where he has to now assassinate somebody, and she said the hero of this world, not demon lord. So he has to assassinate the hero of the world.
Yeah, the good guy, the hero. Yeah,
yeah. So that's where like it ends. But watch this fucking show. It's beautiful too, man. Like some of the best CG I've just seen since like.
It was actually 86. Very subtle, so it wasn't bad.
Yeah. So it had like an 86 CG thing going, but I love it so far.
Other than that, the anime that I think, so I know I said Sakugan was my episode of the week.
Yeah.
But the anime that has the most intriguing kind of like start for me, like in terms of like a premise of the show, is Faraway Paladin.
Fuck.
And it's because it reminds me of Jobless Incarnation.
Yeah.
Our character never lost his intelligence. He starts off in this world as a baby, and he's living with 3 people. I don't want to spoil it too much. Just know that there's 3 people.
Yeah, you're right. That's good.
And
good
it starts off with him with that knowledge of like just being in that other world, and then he's intelligent. And the main thing is that the really cool thing is that it's almost like Isekai Cheat Magician, where like he understands like how the magic works in this world, and like the magic is based off your words, right? So they were saying like he says fire, and it's a giant explosion because of what he imagines when he says that word.
Right. And in the way he said it.
Yeah, in the way he said it. So that's what makes it super cool, is that like he can kind of work around that.
Right.
So I'm not gonna say too much. I think it's really cool. I think it has a really dope premise, and I'm super excited for episode 2 because I was like, bro, this is gonna be real good.
Bro, that moment he had with one of the character lady was special. Like I enjoyed looking at that. Like
in Faraway Paladin?
Yeah. I'm like,
oh, you watched it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, bro. I thought you didn't watch it.
No, definitely watch this shit. It's fucking phenomenal. Fire, if you will.
Yeah.
I just can't wait to see like the development of what the fuck is the secret. I can say that. Yeah, hell yeah, I can totally say that. The secret is gonna be like huge. I hope.
I think it's gonna get dark too.
Yeah. Yes. That's exactly what I'm getting to. I'm getting like a darkness within this. That's like when you said the same but different about this one. Mm-hmm. Because when you said the same but different, I'm like, okay, let me watch this. And you're like, that couldn't be more right. So tweeted me and said, yeah, I like this, or something about Far Away Paladin. It's like Jobless Reincarnation, the same but different. And after I watched it, I'm like, this man is a fucking genius, because that's exactly the best way of describing it. Like, it's literally the same. Literally the same. He remember his past life. He goes to a new world, and he still have those memories. But it's different, bro.
For sure.
It's fucking very different. Like, very different. So, do you think you know what the secret is?
Kind of, but I don't, right? I think that...
You want to say that?
And I mean, this I don't know what it is. So like, I'm gonna say, I think that they obviously killed his parents and took the baby. But I think that what happened is basically they probably all were in the middle of a fight somewhere, and they were slaughtered in a betrayal. Probably a betrayal of something. Like the gods or something like that. Like the gods saw them as something and betrayed them, and they were so upset, but like they realized that the gods probably had to do it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I think they were betrayed, and they killed whoever were this baby's initial parents and got him as he came into being into that world.
I think he was pretty much summoned, and
they summoned him.
Yeah, and they're going to use him to help them kill something powerful.
Yeah. I mean,
because they kind of
cool, bro.
They kind of alluded to it. I'm not going to speak too much on it, but they kind of alluded to where you basically using him for something. We don't know what that is yet. But I do think that
they talk to the mage. What's his name? Gus.
Oh, I love Gus. I love Gus already so far. He's fucking cool.
He say what he want.
Yep. And then Blood is pretty dope too.
Yeah.
I like them all. Okay, let me just chill, because I'm going to go into spoiling on accident. I love that. I like that. Bro, okay, talk to me. Fall so far, bro. I think there was there one other show?
I mean, there's still a few that I haven't officially watched yet, but I did have an opinion about the fall anime season.
Yes, that's where I was going with that. What you thinking so far?
I think that the concept that there are bad anime seasons is now void. I think we can cut that out, because
you just gotta look.
There's been stuff that has had super solid starts to begin with since we started the podcast, and I can't think of an actual season where just like it was just complete drought.
Oh, time out, bro. Before you continue that thought, hold that thought. Put a pin in that thought for your brother.
Pin in that thought.
I forget. I'm dying. Okay, I'm choked on spit. But Banished Hero banished from a hero's party, so I decided to live a quiet life in the countryside. You watched
Really
that?
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, so it is really good for me fucking too, dude.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good. It's so fucking good. Extremely interesting concept. The motherfucker's like, nah, you know what? All right, I'll leave. But he obviously get gaslit into leaving, which is some bullshit. Bro, you gotta watch it. It's banished from a hero's party, so I decided to live a quiet life in the countryside. Watch that too. Sorry, but back to your thought. Unpin that thought.
Yes, but
It's so
basically
good.
the idea, I just think in my mind, the idea that there are bad anime seasons now is kind of void. The anime
Yes.
is getting to the point to where there's so many different things coming in. They're all getting better animation. They're all getting better storytelling. Like if we look at even like Blue Period, amazing storytelling. Doesn't have to have the absolute best dominating animation in every scene, but it does have amazing storytelling, great dialogue. Some of these new ones we're seeing having great, amazing starts. Demon Slayer came back this season. There's just 86 came back this season. Jobless Incarnation came back this season. There's just a lot of stuff that this is hard to say like there are weak seasons anymore, because if you don't pay attention to anime, then yeah, you're probably gonna have a weak season.
Yes.
Stuff that didn't get hyped up.
Yes.
But if you're actually like in the anime community, you're checking out more than one thing per season. If you just check out like 3 anime per season, you're probably getting some good stuff.
I promise you. Listen closely, okay? When I promise you, I guarantee you, this is a prediction from Polo prediction, okay? That the only show that gets love this season, the only show, besides, the shows that came back like Jobless Reincarnation, hopefully 86 gets more love, but the only show that's new that gets any type of timeline love is Platinum Men. I bet my life on it, bro. I bet my entire fucking salary that Platinum Men is the only show that gets any kind of like the Jujutsu Kaisen love or the Tokyo Revengers love. Everything else is going to fall by the wayside. But when
I think the slice of life gurus are gonna give Blue Period mad love though.
Listen, bro, Blue Period is so good, bro. It's so good. And I still stand by what I said last week about the art style, because in some points it looks so fucking good. And in some points it doesn't.
I see what you mean about the art style.
Yeah, like it has to be intentional.
I agree with the art style.
Because it was a moment where they were looking at a statue and the statue looked fucking amazing. And then it went back to like regular. I'm gonna speak on that a little bit later, but I do think, without a doubt, that I don't think there is really bad anime seasons anymore. This is what this podcast is here to do, by the way. We are here to bring you these shows, to tell you about these shows, to hopefully help you expand your horizons, because, man, I can't get enough of how good like this season's been so far already. And that's even without us discussing 86 and Jobless Reincarnation, because we already know those are fire. Like, those were fired 2 seasons ago. But this new shit is coming strong. My Sleepers is another winner. Apparently, we're gonna call it another winner already, compared to Bill Divine card battle, whatever fuck. Yeah. I'm sorry, Toe.
It's okay.
There's always,
we're gonna see how Bill Divine go.
Yeah, there's always a winner too. We still got other seasons, but I do think that's what's so great about our podcast, is that even if it's like the shows are bad, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna share with you what you should and what you shouldn't watch. I think the formula we have is clean. Next week we are going to go back to the topics. What was so funny?
You kicking your backdrop with your leg up, bro. Put your leg down.
Bro, I'm literally chilling.
Swinging in the back though.
Yeah, I'm literally chilling, bro. Can I
I'm
chill?
sorry, go ahead, bro.
Damn. Man,
This is an anime podcast, not a kickback podcast.
Listen, hey, we kick back in right now, bro. Listen, I do think, that our formula is great, and we are going to go back to topics next week. We just had to make sure we share these fall shows, because that's what we're about. We're about helping people expand their horizons.
These are the episodes that people love. When Polo go on his tangents about
nothing, absolutely
stuff.
nothing. But
Polo in his heart right now. Let him get in his heart.
I am in my fucking feels. That's right. And you know what? Okay, what am I doing? Let's get to know my check waifu. I'm a doofus. All right, let's get to know Mic Check Waifu, where one of us rolls a random number generator, the other reads a question associated with that number, and we get to know the host of the podcast a little bit better. And I'm a professional, so I promise you I got the list already pulled up because it's like right here. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know why you yelling at me, Till. Fuck. I don't have it pulled up. Give me a second. Get to know. Here it is. Boom. Get to know Mic Check Waifu. All right, Till. What's the number?
10.
Oh, okay. Justin Herbert. Motherfucker just beat our ass today. Are you open to? Wow, this is crazy. It's the higher power. Are you open to about watching anime with people you know?
Very much so.
Very much so.
I think everybody we know we watch anime.
Right.
Know we love anime, and we express that. I think that's very open.
Yes. And I'm gonna dive a little bit deeper. I'm very open about how much ecchi I love, how much harem I love, how much hentai I like. Like I don't give a fuck. You know? I don't give a fuck. I love it all.
As you should, bro.
I enjoy it all. Tumix. I read some Tumix. Shout out to Tell for getting me hip to Tumix. He put me on the Tumix, bro. I read like, hey, if I can add Tumix to my Annie list, bro, you know how fucking fat my chapters will be? It'd be ridiculous, bro. It'd be ridiculous.
Sheesh.
I ain't gonna cap. I ain't got nothing to hide.
Hey, look, bro. I feel you.
Ain't no shame in my game. Ain't no limp in my dip. You feel me?
Closest Neighbors was I want an animated series, bro.
Bruh. An animated series, yeah. Hell yeah. Without a doubt. What was the other one? It was, man, I read this fucking, you know what? I can check.
I read Closest Neighbors. I read a couple of them. There was a couple of the other ones I watched. But yeah.
I hate you. Why'd you text me? Fucking stupid, man.
Hey, I ain't sent that. That's what I got sent.
Where is motherfucking Tumix? I got it. Since you can't really have like a Tumix app because you know it's Apple, so like you can't have 18 and up plus apps on your phone. But I got it saved on my home screen as a shortcut. You judging me? I feel judgment. I'm trying.
Just like I feel like I'm proud of you because I didn't expect that to even be a thing for real.
Man, listen, I'm gonna keep it G real. Listen, I'm gonna give you a recommendation for Tumix, bro.
Go ahead.
Recommendation for Tumix, 65 chapters, they're real short. The Tumix is called Collapse and Rewind.
Collapse and Rewind?
Collapse and Rewind. It's about a guy who's trying to become a streamer. So you already know I'm into it. Guy trying to become a streamer, and he unfortunately is having very little success. He averages about 10, 11 viewers. He's like, fuck, man, I got to get a real job because I can't afford to pay the bills this month because all I've been doing is streaming. Kind of like me. But then he goes to like this lady who he's apparently trying to rent a house from or something like that. And he goes visit a house and fucks this house up. And the lady gets fired from her real estate job. When she gets fired from a real estate job, she basically becomes homeless because she wasn't keeping up on her bills like she was supposed to, because she was trying to pay for
she
like
had money.
And she had not really. She never really had money because she owed somebody money. So the situation is she ended up living with him, and he decided to stream, and she's like, yo, you can make money from streaming. Let me join you. She tries to join him, and then it becomes a stream that is belong on Cam Soda, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, so it becomes a little different. And then another person gets involved. It gets
It's a polo ass Tumix.
It's a polo ass Tumix, bro. Let me tell you what. Yeah, check that out.
You funny as fuck, bro.
Oh shit. We're about to take this quick break, and when we come back, we are going to spoil Jobless Reincarnation and what else?
86.
86. How can I forget? And Blue Period. Yes, sir. Yes, Lord. When we come back, we'll be going to spoil those shows. We'll be right back after these. Hey, come here. Damn.
It's been a nice little minute.
Yeah, the Wonder of Ivy, she's dope. Her clothes is dope. I got on this Akaski Nike hoodie. I'm on my check waifu hat. But until we matching hats, bro. I ain't even paid. What's up?
You already know.
I'm an idiot. All right, it's time to spoil our show. Dude, my camera's all fucked up now. It's time to spoil. What we spoiling first? Jobless Reincarnation?
Jobless Reincarnation, brother.
Let's do it, man. Jobless Reincarnation, again, I love the way. This wasn't it. Jobless Reincarnation, I love the way they're doing this fucking season, dude. How they went back to Roxy's point of view of everything. I'm like, that was really fucking cool to start off with that. You know what I'm saying? To get that shit out the way.
Give her a chance to like kind of be in the spotlight, and they kind of give us some backstory as to how she was moving around when everything was happening. Yeah,
so apparently multiples of Paul's family is missing.
Yes. And so that's good information too that we didn't have before.
So apparently that mana burst caused by our boy basically caused a shit ton of problems. Did we know that? I mean, we knew it was a big problem, but I thought it was just him.
Problem, but we didn't know that multiple family members were missing. And was it just Paul's family or what's going on?
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
that Dee didn't really tell us about that either.
Yeah. Damn, bro. I love this shit, man. It's so pretty. It's such a pretty fucking show. I can't get enough of it. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. You good?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Just checking. Make sure you all right. Make sure you all right.
Was it shaking?
No, you look distracted.
Oh no, I'm good. Yeah, no. Jobless Reincarnation. though. This episode, I think I liked the start of it a little bit better. Of this episode better just because of the extra context.
Yeah. I think I'm with you.
The latter end of the episode wasn't bad. It was just like progress, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying it wasn't good. It just wasn't how we like information.
Yes.
We like finding out stuff. And I think the smaller details that we found out, the kind of even seeing the new characters that we hadn't seen,
right.
Like just being very lewd and ridiculous it was just interesting context.
Which was all of Paul's former party members, by the way. So we already know they're powerful.
As per usual.
Yep, because it was him, it was Ghislaine, the elf chick, and the dwarf dude, and then Paul. They were all in the party. And Paul's wife, right?
No, that wasn't his wife. Well, no. that she was in the party, yes, but his wife wasn't there.
Got it. Yeah, man. I do think what I liked about this compared to last season, that, like you said, it was progress, and the progress was. This will sound weird as fuck to say, but I hope it makes sense. The progress was progressive enough to make me want more, but to also feel like it wasn't wasting my time. Because this time
it wasn't a waste of time.
Exactly, because this time they actually, when they traveled, they didn't show the travel, but they did, but they didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like they kind of like breezed through it, which. In the first part, they probably would have gave us the full travel story for like 4 episodes, because they were doing that when he was training and he was teaching Ares for like fucking 17 episodes. It felt like, but it felt like it's starting to respect our time.
We don't need that anymore.
Exactly, it's starting to respect our time a lot more. But the world building is phenomenal, man. I feel like this world is huge.
I was a little shocked at the very end there when Rudius got paralyzed by that shout from Elder Scrolls Skyrim.
Oh, true. And they paralyzed him. I'm like, damn, that's just dope, man.
Yeah. But also, I gotta say this, and this isn't like bad storytelling, but I hate when this happens. I hate when characters misunderstand the intention of main characters.
Yeah,
it happens all the time.
Yeah,
and that happens in real life, so that's why I'm not actually mad at the situation. But I hate when it happens.
But it makes you do this like, listen, fuck, man. Like,
just listen for a second.
Yes, bro. I know exactly.
Let our main character tell you what happened,
bro. It gave me the same feeling it gave you, and that's that, man. Fuck, man. Come on, man. Like, I can feel that tension in your face when you saw that shit, because I did the same thing. I'm like, God damn it, just fucking talk. It was awesome, man. Absolutely, yeah, you're right. I hate that shit too, but it's good though. It was good.
One little petty side note: I love that they every time you get a look at Rudius, you see his demon eye. It's not glowing anymore, but you see a little extra outline.
Because it's focused.
I just think that's cool to always make sure it's there. Like context. I was paying attention to that to see like if it was still glowing or not, but they made sure to show you that it's still present, it's still there, and they didn't forget about it.
That's so valid.
I thought that was cool.
Because at that point he had it for like what, 6 months now or something like that. What was it?
It's been a minute. Yeah, he had it for a while.
I don't know. They said what it was, but how long it was, but he didn't really get it cleared. Sorry. Fuck, man. Now I'm distracted.
What you want to jump into next?
Let's fucking jump into motherfucking 86. Or you want to say that for last? Let's do 86 now.
Yeah, let's do 86 now.
I think 86 is one of the best written anime I think I've watched since ReZero.
It is certainly one of my favorite written anime. Like writing alone, I would happily put this among some of the best. But also, if we look at, it's not like just the writing though, you know, because the animation is definitely great animation, and it's not just the animation; it's how they put like different things against each other, like the colors and like from season 1, how they do certain color abstracts, like how the neck is separate and is kind of like serrated against the other color of his skin. It's just other things they do artistically make a lot of sense and stand out properly.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the writing is so strong that I don't give a fuck about how this looks animation wise. Like I'm glad it looks great.
It sounds good. It's paced well.
Yes, man.
This was the first episode where they didn't do the two side switch thing.
Yeah, which it wouldn't have been right.
It was fine though.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been right if they did do it.
Yeah, this was like a very heavy episode for decision making.
Yes, my goodness. It was a peek into the PTSD that is the 86, right? Like these people living fucking fantastic lives right now, working normal jobs, going to do whatever the fuck they want, getting love, fucking just normal as normal can possibly be. Basically a slice of life junk going on right now.
For what, a month?
Yep.
Maybe 6 weeks, I think, at the most.
Yep. And then they all come to the realization almost simultaneously, which 100% makes sense to me, that this ain't it.
They've seen enough.
This ain't it. We lived a free life. This is cool. We like it, but we need to go back to doing what we are best at, and that's fighting. And that's it's unjustifiably justifiable. Which
they have survivor's guilt.
Yes,
but. Yeah. I think it's more than that, right? Because it's not just they're upset that they survived and they planned on dying and they're wondering why they survived. They have a goal, a mission. And I can see that. Why would you want to truly rest if you feel like your mission hasn't been completed? Yeah. If the thing you've been fighting for as long as you can remember, since you were a child, you were ripped out of your home, like the thing you've been fighting for all this time, why would you want freedom when so many people died and haven't been able to attain what you have right now, and you just got lucky? Like they said in this episode, they just got lucky. Right.
You want to know what makes the writing so fucking good in this? If they didn't know the facts of what the Republic was, right, is you fighting for 5 years and then you can be basically retired and you're free to live your life, free to come back to the Republic, whatever the fucking excuse that was that they use. What makes the writing so fucking good is that these particular 86 knew that they were in the spear platoon to die. They knew that they were going to die. They didn't sugarcoat that. They didn't believe anything different. But even though they knew they were going to die, they still wanted to fight. Right. Fast forward to the situation to where they're free. Now they're free. But guess what? They still want to fight.
And they still know they're going to die. They just don't want to do it on these terms. They want to do it on their own.
That's exactly where I was going next. You took the words right out of my mouth. But now that they are free, they want to fight. They want to die in their way. They don't want to die of old age and being happy, which I wish they would, because I'm fucking tired of them living that stressful ass life. But I completely understand why they wouldn't.
And I think 2 extra characters outside of our 86 need a little bit of shine, which they obviously been getting shine regardless. Ernst as a character, a father,
yes,
figure in this episode, it seems as if he genuinely cares.
Yes,
he didn't just let them go off, and they said we should kill them because they could be spies. He gave them a chance,
right?
And I think he deserves a lot of shine for that. And then little Empress girl, what's her name? Not Frederica. Time
out real quick. Pause on, because I do want to speak on Ernest is what his name is, but you know how.
Yeah.
I think what you said is relevant because I do feel like he really did, like you said, care. But like, it was from moment one, from the moment he figured out what they were and what happened, that I believed him. At first, when he first came into the room with the fucking suit on and shit, I'm like, oh God, this motherfucker, what is this guy about? But I truly do believe that he does legitimately want what's best for these 86. And that, I agree. I think is extremely special, and it shan't be overlooked.
And then that little Empress girl, her statements, she showed more than her age. She showed a vast well of, I would say, growth and wisdom with what she said, because, and I would say even a little bit naivety, because she made it seem as if she was the one who called out this battle and made this battle, but it really wasn't her. It was her predecessors, the people before her.
Right.
But she's trying to take responsibility for what the people before her did.
Right.
And that is something that takes a little bit of strength and wisdom. She knows the gravity of what her ancestors have done, what her predecessors did. But she's trying to take credit for, or take responsibility for that. But also she wants to be the one to kind of put a foot forward and making a little bit of a change. I
think her subconscious has like this, because she mentioned something about her being in her blood. I think her subconscious is reincarnated, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
You think so?
Yeah, I'm thinking she has the memory.
Works?
Yeah, I'm thinking she has the memory of her ancestors, and also like the same power as Shin does when it comes to like understanding the Legion and how that whole, I guess, process works, which fucking to me is like, I'm like, I keep forgetting that that's a part of this show. And I think, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I think that's where it's gonna fall slightly below a 10, to be honest, is that aspect of that storytelling. Because I believe was it I can't remember if it was Rob or AB, because when they both told me they watched it, they sent me DMs and they talked about what they thought, and they was like, I think they felt like the first part was kind of the weird story of the Legion, kind of like was like but what, you know. And it was the same thing I had when we watched it. I can't remember exactly what I said though, but it was like this. Something about it just didn't feel right. And I think it was the wrap up, maybe.
Yeah. I definitely feel like there's going to be a lot more explanation for the Legion, though, in this season.
True.
And the only reason I say that is because of the little Empress girl.
The girl.
She seems to... And it seems like just in general, where they are now, they have a little bit more knowledge on what's going on. And it's not being condensed and hidden from them, right? Like... the Federation, they are trying to hide information. They don't want the public to know what's going on
the outside. Whereas
right. The Republic is like, nah, this is what's happening and we're trying to figure this out. Our army is doing the best they can, et cetera, et cetera. So those are two different sides of the same coin, but they're like looking at things differently. They're trying to make make progress differently.
Bro.
So I think we will get more context on Legion. Especially once they bring our other girl back in.
Yeah. And when she said you can't keep them, your answer has to be yes, because you can't keep them what she said, you can't keep them caged up, you'll be no different than the Republic. Yeah, that's what she said. And I was like, damn, man, this fucking writing gets me every time, because I'm like, fuck. Because at first I'm like disagreeing with I'm agreeing with Ernest and disagreeing with 86. But then when she said that, I'm like, fuck, she's absolutely right. It'll be no different. You can't keep these essentially caged beast caged. Like it's like putting lions in a fucking zoo. It just doesn't.
Right.
It doesn't work. They want to be.
They walked around the zoo. They saw everything they could do, and they was like, all right, time to go back to the wild.
Time to go back to the wild and do my hunting thing. Man, it's crazy. Fuck, I loved it, bro. I think 86 is one of the most special shows to ever grace my eyes. All right, next up is Blue Period, man. This shit it's fire.
Story wise, this is one of the. I can't say it is yet because it's not complete, but I feel like this is going to be one of the best anime of the season.
Yeah.
For story purposes, visually, it has some of the best visual moments in terms of like when they do the artwork. Meeting that new student, what's his name? Like Yasuke, or no, Yatatoro Yaguchi.
Yeah, something like that.
No, Takashi, Takahashi. Him, love him because there's always that student.
Yes, especially
in art school. I met one. Always that one. Actually, that student was my roommate. And funny. He was amazing, but it wasn't that he was amazing just because he was a genius, though. He actually did work hard. Like you would see him constantly working on stuff, but he would do the same things that this guy did. It was awesome though to see that kind of difference in what you do.
Yeah, man. Like, man, listen, his knowledge or his awareness, that's the perfect word. His awareness of what our main character Yakuichi was trying to do, or Yakuuchi, whatever the fuck his name is, was trying to do when he was looking at those super popular books and just taking that art and just kind of like just putting his little touch on them. I thought that part was powerful because like
it's real.
Yeah, because that's not what art is at all. And he's learning that. And just the character growth from our main character from this show is again some of the best, man.
Yeah, and the thing is like you'll even see nowadays, right? Like art is always going to be recycling what someone else did, but you can't just put a slight spin on it because that's not art. That's imitation. Imitation is flattery, yes, but it's only going to be considered art to people who don't care what art is. But to people who open their eyes and see the grand picture, see and know what art is, you can't just imitate something. Right. Like Basquiat, he's had a lot of imitators over the years, and it's resurfacing right now. Right? No, Basquiat is a male, black man.
Oh, Basquiat. Okay. I'm thinking of
yeah.
I don't know why I was thinking of that flower chick.
Yeah, but
draws all the flowers that look like vaginas.
He has a lot of imitators that are like people are surfacing now, still doing Basquiat-esque art, just because he's being appreciated more and that kind of stuff. And it always takes time, but like art isn't just imitation. It's like a growth pattern. If you're going to take something that you saw previously, you have to grow on it. And I think that's what this is going to lead into. Our main character has been growing this whole time, but he had no originality. He was just looking at something and then doing whatever he saw in person and putting it on page. Now he has to take that and elevate it. Yeah.
And that's, again, I think what's best about this, like if we had to review it, I think character wise, and if we was to break it down, the characters in this show is phenomenal. Something about all these art teachers are all waifus. Like
they're different.
They're all different, but they're all waifus, and I absolutely love every single one of them. Okay, even the old lady. I'm like, this lady is she's something special. Like, she's definitely the waifu of the show for me. And I was going to tweet that out, but then I changed my mind. But I think these professors and students and just the character's progression is the most powerful thing about this show, because we're like witnessing it so heavy right now, and it's so good. This is a side anecdote. This is one of the shows, and I think this is probably going to be the one. Like, this is a test bed for Netflix anime to do weekly releases. So episode 1, I think episode 1 dub just came out on Netflix. And then they're going to release it weekly. I think the dub version is weekly of it, which is dope. So it's an experimental thing. So I think people should go to Blue Period or go to Netflix and watch Blue Period, even if you watched it subbed already on like sites that shall not be named like we did. Because I do want the show to get the love it deserves. Not only that, but to just tell Netflix like, yo, weekly anime releases works, bro. Like you could
Keep
do
people
it.
coming back.
Yes, you can
Keep
do it.
people subscribed.
So I think that's something to keep in mind. And I think what's up?
I also wanted to say like the context they brought into conversations with like LGBT community in this was pretty cool. Because at first I didn't notice, but those are the character cues that you could pay attention to.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure if I go back to episode 1 and actually pay attention, because their art is very intentional, like Polo said before when we first talked about it. The character that they show in this light has an Adam's apple.
Yep.
And it's not very distinct.
Yep.
But it's something that is there, and they showed it in this episode, and it felt like it was never hidden. And I was like, I mean, that makes sense, you know? So there's nothing very hidden about this anime. It's very open and straightforward. It's just up to you to actually catch what they're putting to your face. Like
Exactly.
It's there for you to see.
Loved it, man. I absolutely loved that whole small sector of this episode. And then the recoverment of it made me laugh. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that was funny too. I was like, come on, man.
That's what I'm talking about. I like that shit a lot.
But I'm happy because it could have took a darker route from there. But that was beautiful that it bounced back like that.
That's exactly my thought. That's exactly my thought process behind it. What I think is going to happen, just for predictive sakes, then we can wrap up the show. I feel like he's going to come into his own by realizing that, and they did this in episode 1, that landscapes is his favorite shit. I think he needs to understand or find himself by going back to what got him interested in drawing, and that's going to be the message of this entire show. Is because that first episode when he was in, I'm gonna call it the blue, because that was the first time he like dove into that mindset of an artist, was a landscape, the cityscape of Shibuya. And I think that's going to play a big part of what this show is, because he's going to fall back into that, man, this is what I like to draw. This is what I like to look at. And we keep seeing from his eyes landscapes that looks fucking beautiful. And that's why I was mentioning about the show doing this art style on purpose, because when they go into like their first person mode, like when Ryuju was sitting on the bench, I think that landscape he saw that was mostly in a shot, and then Ryuju just sitting on the bench, I think that's going to be an art piece. And I think it's fucking incredible.
Just to pick your brain, what do you think about his actual artwork? Because the blue period that he did when he did that whole original art piece in blue, this art piece that he did that, you know, Takahashi said, you know, there was something missing from it. It was red. The main focal point of it was red. Do you think that there's going to be contrast like that? That
was a professor that said that. And
yeah, you're right.
And I don't think that was even, I do think a piece of it was, the piece that was missing was the landscape. That I do think you're right about that, with that contrast, because the blue and the red thing, I don't think meant anything. But I do think that it's
red is a color that really stands out. Like most people don't use red,
right,
unless they're trying to make something specifically stand out. And I'm only saying that for this context. Like you and I, we love red. I'm gonna wear red outside regardless. But in an artistic standpoint, like people use red for something that is like glowing and important. It's meant to draw the eye there, because red is always going to draw the eye. I'm
gonna be 100% honest with you, so I thought that piece was fucking beautiful. Probably because it was red. I just love red that much. But the perspective of the quote unquote statue or the art that was in the foreground, the red stood out. I'm sorry. I'm talking about my infatuation with the art of the show instead of the show. But the art is a show. Oh fuck, that's confusing.
It is.
Shit's incredible, man. I really do love this show. I can't believe that I was thinking about changing this from my sleeper, but I did good.
Polo be cheating and shit. All right.
What?
To wrap up the show, we just finished talking about Blue Period. What y'all think? How y'all think the backgrounds of this are going to play out? You think that's going to be important? 86, man, this story is obviously one of the best we've seen for a while. Let us know if you hooked in on 86 or not. And we also talked about Jobless Reincarnation. Still doing this thing, still being very impactful and very good anime. We had our break with our curated song by Polo Born Fly himself, DJ Polo Born Fly. He also gave us a 2-mix recommendation called Collapse and Rewind. I'm gonna check that out. Let me let y'all know how that go.
Hey.
We also talked about fall seasons. Are there bad anime seasons anymore, or is that just a thing of the past? Or is there enough good anime coming out consistently to actually warrant that?
Yes,
we also talked about the Banished. I was banished from the Heroes Party and decided to live a quiet life. Really good anime.
So
There's a
good.
lot of really good stuff. Faraway Paladin, another really good anime. World's Finest Assassin. Also, Polo gave us a Burn Notice breakdown in there. So, check out Burn Notice if you haven't.
On
I'm
Netflix.
Check it out too. Yeah, it's on Netflix. Go ahead and Polo in this Netflix advertisements. Go ahead and drop us a check, Netflix. Polo story that never happened. We'll figure out.
Fuck, man, I totally forgot it, bro. It's gone.
And then we also talked about Platinum End, which, by the creators of Death Note, seems like it's going to be on that same tip. It's really good. Sakugan was my episode of the week. Platinum End was Polo episode of the week. And then we talked about Build Divide, which is my sleeper. You have 40 cards in your one territory card. Believe in the heart of the cards. That's been episode, what's that, 121?
This has been episode 121. Yes, sir. I'm at Polo Born Fly on all social media.
I'm at King Teliano on all social media.
You follow our social medias at Mike Check Waifu on Twitter and at Mike Check Waifu on Instagram. And as always, Mike Check.
You're now tuned into Mike Check Waifu Waifu.